The Department for National Planning last night launched Phase 2 of its awareness program for its strategy for responsible sustainable development. Also launched was the country's 2015 report on its efforts in achieving its Millennium Development Goals, a country poverty report, and a budget framework paper. National Planning Minister Charles Abel launched the reports with words of encouragement and the need to start a development revolution by strategically planning development in a responsible and sustainable manner.
There's nothing wrong with having these hopes for a better future, obviously. And why can't Papua New Guinea be a leader in the development revolution? Why not? We've got everything it takes. And it's just that we mustn't leave it till too late. We mustn't get caught up in this trap that we have to duplicate and copy some of the old development pathways. And while it is still opportune, while we still have a relatively intact environment, small population, I think we need to seize the opportunity.
The STARS program runs under the slogan PNG and MIA, a slogan that is hoped to create more awareness on the responsibility of each and every Papua New Guinean to be part of and contribute to the country's development vision. It's a vision that's based on a sound premise. And just because developed countries have a pathway for their development, it does not mean that we have to follow the same pathway.
So we launched these two very, very important reports, and we thank all the partners that have assisted us in this process, and it's always the United Nations, of course, ADB and the World Bank, but the New Zealand government here as well, and as ever the Australian government also. Steadfast development partners that are concerned about what is happening in our country. But we also say to them, we have our way too. We have Papua New Guinea ways. We are seeing many of the ways that you have done things, and we don't necessarily want to repeat them. So we want development, we aspire to development, but we also, in observing the West, see that they've got to look at their model as well, which ultimately is not sustainable. And I've just come back from China, and one of the speakers was saying there, in terms of water consumption, if all the 1.4 or 1.5 billion people in China consumed water at the level that the Americans or the Australians do, China alone would consume all of the world's resources. Because they're watering their lawns every day, they've got 3 showers, they wash their cars, those 3 cars and whatnot. And the reality is it's simply not possible for all of us to aspire to that level. We don't have enough worlds to do so. So obviously we've got to review that development process.
At its core, the STARS program is meant to change people's mindsets from being influenced by Western culture, where having more things means more development.
And at the heart of it is a paradigm that makes us believe spiritually that we are going to feel better and more advanced the more things that we have. That is at the heart of why would someone want to have 3 cars, you know, and 5 TV sets and 4 bathrooms when you can only wash in one at a time. I'm obviously exaggerating, but that's at the heart of it. We have a West that is worshipping, it spiritualizes materialism. That's the honest truth. And we are consuming at a rate that is not necessary for us to survive. But we are slowly destroying this planet, and that is reality. And the West is acknowledging that now, so we need to adjust ourselves. But we say to the West, we need development. We are funding your development to a large extent, is what I was saying in China. You're talking about 4th industrial revolution. We're starting 1st, 2nd and 3rd revolutions, and yet we are funding to a large degree your 4th industrial revolution. Where do our logs and fish and gold and oil and gas go? They go to fund these lifestyles, and it's systematically destroying the planet while they're doing so, and at the same time they're screaming about sustainable development. So, I think we've got a point to make as developing countries. We aspire for development, but we also want it to be in a responsible manner. And we want to start taking steps to demonstrating that we are taking some of those steps ourselves, rather than just carrying on like victims.
Neville Choi, National EMTV News.